Hi guys, thanks for checking in here again today. We've been talking about how you're going to get a house over the past few weeks, as well as how are you going to make sure that the house you write up and eventually get is going to be the correct house for you moving forward. But the big thing that we now need to talk about is, what do you do after you get the house? Hooray, we finally got a contract on a purchase of a house with the terms that are acceptable to you. What are the steps that are going to be leading forward? So there's a lot that takes place during this between the 4 and 6 weeks that it takes to actually close on the house of your liking, and that's where it comes into going in with having a transaction coordinator, having a realtor, having a mortgage broker, and everyone start to all participate in your purchase again. This is where we all come together after you initially get your pre-approval letter. So first things that you're going to have to do, hopefully, and maybe you got a property inspection on the house. That has to take place within the first 14 days of the contract being signed. I'm going to tell you which inspectors that I've used in the past that do a great job, and we're going to set up a time that works for both parties, both you and me, to go and talk to the inspector after he's done his inspection on the property, and we're going to go over the list of things that he found about the property. Hopefully nothing's wrong with the property, but if there is, that's where you start to renegotiate the contract again, if that is in the terms of your initial contract. The next thing that you're going to have to start looking into is getting correct home insurance for your property. You're going to want to get this and start talking to different insurance providers before you get to the last week. You have 4 to 6 weeks to start getting some of these things lined up. Let's spread it out. Don't put everything off until the end. Make sure you get it done. The next big thing that we're going to have to start looking at is scheduling movers. If you're going to be moving yourself or you're going to have a company helping you get from point A to point B, we have a set date that you're going to be moving into your property, a set date that you need to be out of your other property, and we need to schedule that accordingly, because it comes time. Title might be signing at 4:30 p.m. or we might signing at 8:30 a.m. as well as when you're scheduling everything, you're going to want to make sure you have that day off of work, just so that both you, if it's just you or you and your wife or whoever else is signing the title with you, can be available. And then the last thing that we really need to touch on is that a friendly reminder that utilities need to be in your name before closing. So you're going on the closing date that you're signing title. We need to make sure that you've called MUD and whoever else to get electric, trash, gas, water, everything in your name that's applicable. Sometimes some of those things don't need to be transferred. So if your trash is public and not private, and different things like that that don't need to be accounted for. And it's going to be your first friendly reminder from your agent right when you get under contract. Another big thing that you need to be reminded of, and in the very first 2 days, is that you need to make sure that you put in your earnest deposit into ATS. That is a big hiccup that can happen in your contract and allows the seller a scapegoat out if you don't get it in there within the allotted time on the contract. Most of the times on the contracts that I write, I give my buyers a 48-hour notice where it has to be into the escrow company, and it will be confirmed by the escrow company to the listing agent or whoever is in charge of the contract on the seller's side. Those are some great things that you need to be aware of once it comes time to closing it. Make sure that your agent is educating you and providing you with the timelines that you need to get these things done. If you have any more questions about some of those timelines, feel free to reach out. I'd love to chat, and have a great rest of your day.